Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about some news that broke during the weekend. It is Ant-Man, that's right. It looks like Ant-Man 3 has been announced, and that Michael Douglas actually even confirmed that he's going to be returning for his role as Hank Pym, and that there's a production start date around the end of 2020 or early 2021 is when they're going to start filming, and that they're hoping the movie will be out by 2022 or 2023 the latest. This is really cool news for me. I have enjoyed both Ant-Man films, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly are great in the roles, the lead roles of the two movies. And I am looking forward to Ant-Man 3. Now, some people were speculating. They were a little worried when Ant-Man wasn't announced at Comic-Con earlier this year because they announced, they gave Kevin Feige was there and he hinted at the Fantastic Four and mutants, hinting at the X-Men. Obviously, Black Panther was confirmed. They even dropped that Mahershala Ali had been cast as Blade. Who knows when he's going to be dropping into the universe? Thor is coming back. All these characters are coming back. We know Captain Marvel 2 is on the way as well. He hinted at all of those, but the only character that he didn't hint at, aside from Spider-Man, because the deal with Sony was still being made around that time, the only character that wasn't mentioned was Ant-Man. And when you watch Avengers Endgame, you can kind of take that as the end of Ant-Man's story arc. Ant-Man's story could end with Endgame, and I think I would have been okay with that, but knowing how Marvel likes to work, they like to do these trilogies. Kevin Feige seems to like the traditional sense of making a trilogy. Unless there's more ideas, then they'll do like a Thor Love and Thunder, right? The fourth Thor film. But Captain America had a trilogy, done. Iron Man had a trilogy, done. Guardians of the Galaxy is getting a trilogy, and James Gunn is already hinting that it's the last one for him. And of course, Ant-Man, right? Ant-Man is now getting its third movie. It will be the fourth franchise in the MCU to get or unless you count Avengers, then it will be the fifth franchise in the MCU that will get a third film. I'm really happy about that. I want to see where the story can go next because, the last time we saw Scott and his daughter was now all grown up. So what is that relationship going to be like now? And some people are speculating that Kevin Feige with the MCU is setting up the Young Avengers, especially with Hawkeye being confirmed to be training the new Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, in the Hawkeye series, and there's people speculating, including myself, that the Black Widow movie will probably be a passing of the torch film, where we'll see that Natasha maybe has a friend in that movie who could take on the mantle of Black Widow once Natasha's gone. Since the Black Widow movie will be taking place before Civil War, we could learn that there was someone that knew Natasha that could potentially be the next Black Widow. And then, of course, Scott Lang's daughter, right? Scott Lang's daughter, Cassie, becomes, I believe, Giant Girl in the costume, from what I read. So it is possible they are setting all of this up deliberately to eventually do Young Avengers down the line. This is exciting news. Of course, I want to see Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly return, and Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer, especially Michelle Pfeiffer, since we got very little of her in the last movie. I mean, it's funny because the movie was about her disappearance and them trying to get her back, but she only shows up like towards the end of the film. Maybe a little moment in the beginning, but then at the end she comes back for the last 20 minutes. Hopefully she gets a little bit more to do in this next one, because I did feel a little bit that Michelle Pfeiffer was a little wasted in the last movie. hopefully they get a little bit more memorable villains because I feel like as time goes on, the villains in Ant-Man and the Wasp are really forgettable. The Ghost. I think Yellow Jacket was a little bit better, but even for some people, I know he's pretty forgettable in that movie too. It's kind of true. Better villains in the next Ant-Man movie. That's all I ask for. Other than that, I think the Ant-Man movies are really funny. They're really great family films. I think anybody can go, any age can go and enjoy those movies. Maybe the youngest 6, 7 years old. But other than that, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see the next adventure Scott Lang goes on. I was listening to another person's video, John Campia. If you listen to John Campia's YouTube channel, he was talking about this subject also. And he came up with the idea because Peyton Reed, who is returning to direct this movie, he directed the first 2 Ant-Man films. He is going to. He was very eager at wanting to direct a Fantastic Four movie. Well, Fantastic Four and the X-Men are now back at Marvel. What if they introduced the Fantastic Four in Ant-Man 3? Because let's face it, you can't really do another Fantastic Four movie about their origin again. But if you do it in the vein of Black Panther, do their origin but with another character, make their origin kind of like the background deal, maybe the B-list storyline, and then have them integrate themselves because they're connected to the whole quantum realm, I believe, also in some sense. So you have them meet Hank Pym and Scott Lang. I mean, it's a really cool way to introduce them, and the Fantastic Four can be really comedic as well. I know they probably have a little bit more drama than Ant-Man does, but Ant-Man could use the boost as well because his movies, as much as I enjoy them, haven't been like the billion-dollar hits yet. His first movie did really well; it made over $500 million, and then the second film, Ant-Man and the Wasp, did $600 million, so it did better than the first one. But if you team them up with the Fantastic Four and give us a really good new version of those characters without doing the full origin story again, which we don't need with the Fantastic Four anymore, putting them in an Ant-Man movie would be really cool. So that was just something I heard John Campia say that I was like, you know what, that's a great idea. And then you can have Peyton Reed direct the Fantastic Four film right after they're already established. I mean, it's a great way to do it. And then you can really give Doctor Doom some really good focus in a Fantastic Four movie where the origin of them is already done in an Ant-Man movie. I thought that was brilliant. So, with that being said, comment below, guys. Tell me your thoughts on Ant-Man 3. Are you really excited about it? I hope so too. Do you hope that maybe characters like the Fantastic Four get thrown in there? I'm really hoping so. We'll see what happens. That's not confirmed or anything. That's just a theory, fan speculation, hopes and dreams for what fans might want. So discuss. And until next time, I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe to my channel, especially if you are a huge fan of superhero movies and TV in general. Of course, those are usually my main topics. I talk about other things too, but those ones you can find a lot of on my channel. And with that being said, until next time, take care.